What is up, YouTube? It is Matty, and this is, I suppose, one of the better clan wars we've had recently. But I must say it was tinged with massive disappointment. So when we tried to match another clan, and we ended up warring team play, so our matchup failed, and that was our first disappointment. But then we got excited because I'll show you why. So we had 2 Town Hall 10s on each side and then 18 Town Hall 9s, except they had 1 Town Hall 8, I believe. But let's look at the enemy bases, okay? This is why we got excited. So Town Hall 10 number 1, he's got nice high heroes, 32 and 32. Town Hall 10 number 2, 30 and 26. Okay, that's not bad. Town Hall 3, low heroes, but look at that base design. Got some thought behind it. Next base, again, low heroes, but got some thought behind it. I'm saying low heroes when I'm comparing them to our top Town Hall 9s, because it's a pretty big jump. But you'll see, you'll notice the pattern here, anti 3-star bases. And we were like, oh my god, we've actually got a real matchup here. Look at this, just every base is an anti-3. It's beautiful to actually see it as a clan, and we were thinking we're in for it now, guys. We're against a 3-starring clan, and I'll tell you what, the disappointment hit when the first go wipe was dropped. My god, everyone just deflated. I mean, look, if you look in the war events and we start early on, so our guys sort of dropped a few early. GGF took down number 2, Aradan took down number 5, Iwin took down number 3, GGF then failed, another 3-star fail, but then that first attack that hit Leonard, let me find it, where are you? There you go. That first attack that hit Leonard, and we saw that troop comp, and it was just like, oh really? Anyway, so what we thought was going to be an exciting, crazy matchup turned out to be 16 3-stars versus 2. We let their top Town Hall 10 completely slip, but at that point we didn't need to attack it with a Town Hall 9 because we sort of knew that we'd won, and we wanted to just try and take as many Town Hall 9s down as we could. So yeah, what I've decided to do, by the way, which is a long way of going about it, is I'm going to show every 3-star on a Town Hall 9 that was done. Now, I think that was a Town Hall 8, as I said at the bottom, so I don't think I'll show that one because it's pretty straightforward. But I'm going to show every attack, and I'm going to be quite quick in going through it and just talking through. So that's my giving back, I suppose, or me. This is what I think this war deserves, because there were tough bases in it. So a lot of good attacks came out, and I just want to show them all. So forget everything else. Let's go for it. Okay, first base. We're going in with a go. I don't even know what strategy this is. Wow. Okay, we're going in with hybrid strategy. A couple of loons early on to get the CC pull, take a couple of defences down. Hog to finish the CC lore. Pulls the loon out, which is great. So he has got the full CC pull now. So really interesting hybrid attack by Alpha with 10 Valks, 10 Hogs. 9 usable. I can only assume there's a golem in the CC. You're going to need some form of tanking, whatever you do in this attack. So which is to take down the enemy CC. I'm assuming he's going to try and funnel them so they go up north. It'll be interesting to see how he does that. Or I don't know what plan he's got. I'm not going to lie. So we'll just have to take it at face value and see if I can spot any mistakes. Or indeed what the overall plan was mid-raid. Okay, so he's going in through there. There's your angle. Look, late on the funnel though. Mistake number 1. A lot of those skellies have run off. They're just going to die, but it means the witch has now sort of gone off angle. So a bit late on the funnel, I would say. Golem down to distract with the 2 wizards up top, but you didn't actually need that because the funneling would have worked the other way. King's gone off again, another mistake. So this is by no stretch a perfect raid. There's a lot of mistakes already so far, particularly in the funneling side of things. But he's got a huge group of witch skeletons, Valkyries, Golem in there, ripping apart the core. And I assume he's going to hog the bottom side of the base. That would be my assumption at how he's going to tackle it. Oh no, he's hogging the top side. Okay. So it's going to hog the top side. Matty completely guessed wrong. I suppose it's such an odd attack. I just didn't know. Yeah, I'm struggling to figure this one out. But the hogs are moving down now, and they're going to swerve round. I'm assuming there's a giant bomb next to that air defence. It's okay, spring trap. Wow, bad calls all raid. Hogs have moved around and taken down the final buildings now. That arch tower will go down based on the hogs and the health that are left. And we've got a hog set on a cannon now, which is great. And the final defences have gone down. So it turns out the attack came good. Interesting a strategy to take those Valks into the core and then sort of hog the remaining top of the buildings, which is, yeah, good to see. Quite innovative, well thought out. So straight up next we're going in with Endog. Proper anti-3-star base now, and we've got another 10 Valkyrie double golem, I assume, so it's a Go Weaver or a Go Weaver, yeah. Couple of loons for the back end, but yeah, it's a very Valkyrie heavy army. Golem 1 and Golem 2 are down. I'm assuming he's going to wall breaker in the first couple of walls and then try and jump in. So I think he might try and wall breaker 2 sets of walls here, but if he's going to do that, oh, Wizard Tower just needs those golems to be distracting the Wizard Tower. If he's going to try and break another set of walls, he's got 4 wall breakers. Now watch this. Double golem, double wall breaker in. And now the final 2 need to try and target. You can see they're going in. Here they go. Clutched it. They actually made it through and did the broke it. So he's broke all the way in, which is great. And now the key jump spell there. Heal spell as well, to allow the troops to move through basically every compartment. Look at the loons on the left. Oh, one was hit by a double sweep, double air mine there. So that loon went down, but the other 2 came around and was able to take the Wizard Tower down, which is great. Into the base, hogs down the bottom right side to take those buildings down. So it's like he's planning to just try and move straight through the base. The hogs moved back, and fantastic that the hogs moved back to finish that arch tower. The last thing you wanted is to move all your troops back to go and get that for cleanup. You've got 3 wizards spare as well, which I like. So he's done this interesting strategy, but also remember to keep some back end wizards alive for the cleanup. He's going to need to place them down, which he's already doing. Look, the wizards are up there. Maybe one down the bottom right on that elixir storage, I would say. That would be a hot spot for one. King and Queen now. The King's sort of tanking. Queen's doing the back end damage. That final cannon is going to be the thing. He did place a wizard there, look. And the Queen, is she going to beat? No, she's not doing any favours to anyone. Golemite's gone in there though and actually started clutching it. He's taking the damage now, letting everyone else do all the dirty work, and I think it's going to be a round robin attack, and here comes the archers and the wizards, and it's down, and then it's raid over. So great attack by Endog. Nice to see some proper hybrid attacks, and this is where good scouting comes in, guys. It's what, you know, you've got to plan how your troops are going to move through the base. Okay. Coal Monkey. I would imagine, I don't know if this is going to be might be a Shattered LaLoon. 2 air defences next to a sweeper, next to near a queen. Could be a LaLoon or it could be a hog. Either one, this one. Clearly a hog. Shattered. Oh yeah, Shattered hog attack. So he's going to come in from an awkward angle, I'd imagine, to try and power all the way through to the queen. And try and take some double giant bomb spots on the way through. Look, so he's going the long way in. Nice loon placement there to just go and take down a single defense. Look at the wizards up top to try and funnel the guys in. Going to wall break that first wall, I would imagine. There they go, look. And both golems are then going to move in. He's going to drop his witches down soon to start funneling in there as well. Rage spell to help take down the CC. Slight funneling issue on the witch skellies. Going to need a good jump spell as well now to sort of jump him all the way into the core. And there they go. So you got your king, queen, skellies, golems all going in there. I don't think he's hit a double giant bomb though. I think that... Oh no, he has. Sorry, he definitely has. So 1 double giant bomb threat eliminated, which is what he at least wanted. And now let's see. I imagine the other double giant bombs between the archer and the air defense there. That's the logical place. So maybe he's hoping for a single trip in the angle of the hogs coming in. But the Tesla have pulled them off. So it might be a bit of a massacre here. Yeah. lot of hogs just died there. It was the concern, but that Tesla, maybe he didn't know the Tesla was there, and he was thinking he could take it head on and trip one at a time. But very good base design in that sense. It did work, but the hogs are just about split enough, and enough of them survived to finish off the base. So that's made it turn around into a 3-star attack. Now the raid's basically done, so I'm just going to speed through it now. Oh, cannon survived. It's gonna be clutch in that case then. Look at this. Queen's gonna have to clutch it, and she did. She shot the cannon before the town hall. Interesting. Anyway, so Coal Monkey getting away with murder on this raid and still bringing the 3-star home. Lucky man. Number 16 is me. Woo! I can talk you a bit about through this attack, obviously, because I did it. Okay, so quick strategy talk. I knew that the first double giant bomb was going to be between the air defense and Wizard Tower there, and I assumed the other one was going to be between the Wizard Tower and Expo over that side. I was hoping, however, it was going to be by the cannon and arch tower, but I didn't know. But my thoughts were, I wanted to attack him from the left side of the base at 9 o'clock, through this wall by the mortar, jump into both compartments here. So I'm eliminating 2 double giant bomb threats, and then I was just going to hog the rest of the base and hope that I was definitely going to hit 1 double giant bomb threat, and that the other was not going to absolutely wipe out my hog. So there's an element of risk, and I knew that going into this raid. I've taken the lightning spell to take down the CC, jump spell to break him. So yeah, I mean, to me, it was a stone go-ho. I was trying to keep 3 golems just to keep the ultimate power there, to enough tanking force to break through the base. Now Wizards going down to funnel, look, trying to break in the wall. Hopefully all 3 golems redirect, which they have. Look, Queen down as well, making sure the funnel's going to work, which it is at the moment. King down as well. The CC pull had started, and now it's a case of waiting to do the right lightning and the jump spell. So I put the jump down. The king had moved into an unfavourable position. Lightning spell straight on everyone's head to try and keep them alive. To kill the CC. And now look, let's see what happens here. 1 double giant bomb threat eliminated, and the second one, you'll see it wasn't there, which means it was somewhere else. So what I'm doing now, I've dropped the hogs in while all my some of my golems and things are still tanking. I thought, let's get this threat there. And now what I've got to hope is that my hogs split nicely, because this is the risky part of the raid. That Wizard Tower needs to go down, but look, tiny group of hogs down there, huge group of hogs moved around. There's the double giant bomb, smashed them. Didn't matter. Second heal spell down. Now I needed my hogs to stay alive, and the risky part of this now is that there's a lot of defences sort of down the bottom side here which are uncovered by heal spell, so I'll need my hogs to survive. But there was only that 1 Wizard Tower which was the main threat. I'd already started placing wizards down, look to start cleaning everything up. I just needed my hogs to survive for long enough. They're getting shot around by spring traps and everything, but because I'd let them, there was initial tanking, so they all survived, and then I kept them alive all the way to the last portion. I was able to keep them alive just about long enough to take down everything else and have a good pack of hogs to clean the base at the end. So a little element of risk in this raid. There has to be sometimes when you're taking on bases where you can't really eliminate both double giant bomb threats, particularly when you're doing a hog attack. But there's a risk in most things. So anyway, moving through, hitting the replay for Savoni. Let's have a look at this attack. Again, they're sort of like anti-LaLoon design, but Savoni's a beast at LaLoon, so just trying to figure out which way he's going to go in. I would imagine through the left side, to take down try and take down the 2 air defences and the Expo and a couple of Wizard Towers en route. Let's play and have a look. And he did. Matty calls it once again. So moving through, 2 golems down, wall breakers to get him in. Now watch I think I might have caught this raid live slightly. He's got into the second set of walls, but look at the jump spell. Sort of off-centered, so it takes him towards the air defense. 1 air defense is already gone. King's doing some work on the Expo, and now it's going to be a case of what actually can get. Well, what's going to happen here? Can the Queen move north enough to take down some key buildings? particularly the air defense. I don't think she can because the king's there to defend. Queen ability used, and I think he already knows that that air defense is highly unlikely to go down. The queen's in a nice spot, but she's not going to get it. And Hound 1 is pretty much a sacrificial lamb. It's going to die pretty early on. Hound 2's in now, and Hound 3, and here comes the main portion of this raid. Now he needs these hounds to, well, at least one of them to survive and good enough health to get to that final air defense, and then loons on it. So he's got 6 loons for the back end. Getting those loons in now, the air sweeper is being a pain in the ass, if you will, but it's about to go down now. The loons can move through, and look, the final loons are going to be sort of crucial here. He needs to get them onto that air defense quick because he's out of hounds now. He's vulnerable. Loons are moving in, and he's just about got enough. And there's a lot of loons on the backside that, because all of his loons survive because of good hound placement early doors, it's meant he's got a lot for the cleanup now. And in fact, there's not much in terms of pup cleanup, but there's enough. There was no CC pull and faffing at the start, because when you do these when you just kill the CC on the move with the lightning, it gives you the advantage of time. And time is always the thing that used to be the killer when you did it like a standard go-ho attack back in the day, where you'd lured the CC out, took them to the side, witches to kill them, golem down, breaking the walls. By the time you'd done all that, it was like a minute to a minute and a half of the raid had already been sort of done. Anyway, JC's coming in now with this attack. It's clearly a hog attack. It's the standard sort of pull, lure, kill, and then hog, as far as I'm aware. Double giant bomb threats, I'd say. You got your one between your archer, one between your air defense and expo there, one between your mortar and cannon, and one between the mortar and expo again. So 3 primary spots, I'd be inclined to say, where the double giant bomb threats are. So he's I'd imagine, going to try and break through where he can eliminate a couple of those threats and get to the queen. So maybe going through 9 o'clock might be the answer to that. Nope, I was wrong. Although he can get 2 double giant bomb threats there. Look, if he goes in this angle, so he's going to go through the town hall. Wizards down to funnel, witches down to create some extra sort of tanking, if you will. And the golems and witches going in. He's going to use a rage spell to take down the CC. He's just trying to keep everything raged up, take down the CC, get the golems in, get the golems moving in through the base. Hogs are already going down. Look, he's done quite a strange sort of hog drop, I think. They're almost like coming in from all sorts of different angles. The risk here, obviously, is that the hogs get hit by a double giant bomb where that golem's going, and he did catch another double giant bomb. So he's caught 2 double giant bombs so far. Some hogs coming in the top side of the base. The ones down the bottom left didn't do very well at all. It's going to be a key heal spell here to keep them alive long enough. Hopefully those hogs up north survive. Move through the hill would be ideal, but it doesn't look like they're all going to catch it. The great thing is that both double giant bomb threats were eliminated. Now the risk of base design like this, I would have definitely said you wanted the other double giant bomb threat over this side, because if they're too close together and someone comes in from an angle that you don't expect, they can eliminate both sets, and that's just meant that this base was 3-starred. I think if the double giant bomb was over the other side, this wouldn't have been a 3-star. I do not think. But that's just my point of view, and that comes down to the guy designed a good enough base, but that final bit of thought, I thought, it could have just been reworked a little bit and then made it a bit more of a threatening base. 13 wasn't completed, 12 was by Pant, so moving through. Here we go, look. So another good looking anti 3-star. Interesting outwardly facing expos, quite exposed there, and it's actually going to be a LaLoon attack, and it looks like he's going to use a double hound. And the reason he's doing that, I think, is because the air defenses are quite exposed. Core wizard towers, so it's going to be very interesting to see how this works. On the shattered part, though, I mean this part right now, he's going to be able to take down 2 air defenses, expo, sweeper, queen, CC. Well, the queen only if you can get in deep enough. I don't think he's actually going to be able to get the queen. Thinking about it, look how far away she is. Nice lightning, actually. That killed the witch sort of on the move there. The witch is miles away. How the hell is he going to pull this off? I do not know. We're about to see though. It's happening one way or the other. It's got to go down for this 3-star to happen. There's only 2 hounds. There's not enough pups there to kill everything. So it looks like the queen's going to get just about in range of the other queen. I think it's a bit down to luck. So king's down. Second air defense is about to go down. Here it comes. Look. So it's going to be a good timed queen ability. I think it's going to do it. King's in. Aggro's the king. Queen's now moving in. Look. Here it is. Queen on queen, she goes down. Lucky. Wow, those double Seeking Air Mines just wrecked that first hound. Nice rage spell recovery there. Loon's going in to take it down. Going to need good loons on the other side. I think he can directly target that air defense. Dangerous. I think he should have switched that air defense and the cannon. I think that would have made it a much more... It made it more difficult because it was directly targetable. Look at the timing of the hounds, and because he's got so many loons, he's pretty much sealed the deal just on loon quantity alone, really. Because those air defences went down relatively quickly, he's just going to swamp the base with loons. Now 3 loons left for the back end. So the guy who built this base, yes, it's an interesting layout. Yes, it's got some good 3-star, anti-3-star qualities. But just basics. Don't let an air defense be directly targetable. That's why he was able to get away with bringing 2 hounds instead of 3, and therefore able to bring a hell of a lot of loons and for the cleanup, which clearly has absolutely overwhelmed this base. He actually left with 2 loons in the CC. He didn't need them. So again, slightly poor base design. They look good. They look like anti 3-star, but when it comes down to it, the thought wasn't quite there. My attack was already covered. My attack on number 10 was already covered in a live 3-star episode. So now we're going to hit this number, which is number 9 by Brian. We've got what I think is going to be a stoned Goho, 3 golems, and that's what it looks like. A couple of giants in as well. Maybe the giants are in down to do a part surgical delivery. So because of the way the queen is, look, it's unlikely that the double giant bomb is going to be next to her, because that's stupid. And if it is, yes, Brian might have made a fatal error by going through the wrong way, but the high probability is that it's not there. So double giant bomb threats are likely are definitely the Wizard Tower and Expo in the core there. That's almost a cert. And then maybe the Mortar Wizard Tower just north of it. That's where I would position the double giant bombs, or that's where I'd put my money on it. So what he's doing is using that 3rd golem, 3 golems to really tank. And the idea is he's going to try and push through most of the base to get to that core. If he can get to that core, trip the giant bombs and then hog the rest of the base, he's got a plan, and it should work. But it needs to get to the queen as well. So it's a risk. I mean, it's an element of a risky strategy. Now look what he does. It's so great. 1 loon and 1 hog. He knows everything's going to be distracted, so he's able to just take down those buildings for free, pretty much. 3 golems in now. Wall breakers in. I don't think that top golem's going to redirect. Oh my god, it did. That is class. Okay, CC are coming in now. Queen's down. King, he's going to wait for... He doesn't need to put the king down yet at all. Here's the lightning look. Beautiful lightning placement. Queen, Witch died. King's now down. Very late deployment on the king, but brilliant at the same time. King's going in, and look at that jump spell. He's actually found a nice route in to get straight in to both compartments that he wants to. I assumed he was going to go in all the way through the long way, but he hasn't. He's gone in the side, and it's actually a lot easier than you think. And I'm going to pause here because look, at this point, that double giant bomb threat's eliminated because there's no defense that the hogs would path to after the Wizard Tower. So assuming the double giant bomb's there, which I would strongly think it is, he's already eliminated it. I might be wrong. The other double might be down the spot down here. But anyway, Queen's dead, which is what he needed. Other queen, as in friendly queen, is taking down more defences. Look at the hogs now. 1 huge deployment. Watch the giants. I imagine he's going to drop the giants down to distract the defences at the last second. Or has he forgot? Because what's the point? What is the point? Throw your giant down. Do something. Yeah, wasted giant. Unless he's going to drop it down by the bottom arch tower, which might be a real thing that he's going to do. There it is, look. distracting the Tesla and an Arch Tower. That's good. I like that. I am impressed with that. So yeah, looks like Brian did a great job in planning the attack. I love the entry angle point. Most bases have one. You've just got to just careful scouting. You'll find it. Eliminate the double giant bomb threats if you can, or the probability. Hey, everyone makes mistakes. Everyone guesses wrong. People like to double bluff. People like to change things up. So you'll guess wrong, and it will affect the raid at points. But that's what cleanup's for. But having that good early on initial thought and scouting, you're going to maximise your probability of hitting the 3-star first time. So nice cleanup there, and the raid is over. So very nice attack by Brian. Very good to see. Moving up through number 8 now. Who have we got? Xliv. Let's have a look at the attack. Again, Hogs. I predict that's a short sort of surgical hog delivery. Xliv's got hugely high heroes, and the double giant bomb threats are between the air defense and expo there, and I'd say the Arch Tower and air defense there. That is off a 10-second look at the base. Normally they stand out quite clearly which spots they're in, so if that's the case, they are split. So he's going to go through the one to maximise his chances of being successful in the raid. Double golem down. He knew that he could break in with the wall breakers, which was nice. Got to be careful with king drop on that top elixir collector, because the last thing he wants to do, so I've got to move something off the screen, is get king up north, which he actually has done. Ouch. Oh, called that one. It's never nice to see a raid going not quite as planned, which survived as well. So not a great start on the attack, actually. It's yeah, things are going a little bit haywire here. The golem's punching wall. The jump spell hasn't worked quite, unless it's going to suddenly decide to work. What is going on? Oh, the wall's actually broken. But look at this. Golem's going to go and trip it. One double giant bomb threat eliminated. Sorry, I've already missed half the raid. He's dropping the giants down and dropping the hogs down as well. The surgical hog part of the raids are coming in now. Look! Oh, I thought that was going to trip a giant bomb then. I thought, because that's assuming... Oh, the giant bombs weren't even there. Oh, they were singly placed. Again, a double bluff look. So, offset double giant bombs. One set of double giant bombs and then 2 singles by the look of it. Just to try and catch the attacker off guard. But Xliv looked like he placed good heal spells and was able to salvage the raid. So very, very shaky start to the raid, but still came away with the 3-star. So I'm not sure he's going to be best pleased with me showing this attack, but hey, you can't be perfect every time. Anyway, moving through to number 7, we got Aradin. Aradin had a great war, I think. So looking at the base, this one's a bit trickier actually to guess where the double giant bombs are. I would say maybe between the mortar and the air defense by the queen, but then it would be a stupid spot. I don't know. I don't think I can guess this one. And it's a LaLoon anyway, so it doesn't matter. What I have noticed is there's 2 air defenses next to an expo and a queen. That's risky, particularly, and again on the other side. But there's then the sweep of the other side as well. So I predict he might go down through the... oh, he's going to go the other side. Okay. So double golem down, a couple of wizards to funnel, all straightforward stuff. A couple of wall breakers to break in, I'd imagine. Or is he going to... Yeah, there they go. Wall breakers in, queen down. Needs the funneling to go right at the top side here. You don't want your king running in circles, but he dropped the king early enough, but he's gone. He's on a walk. Oh, he's redirected. Wow, I love a risky funnel. Nice jump spell though. It's meant that both... I'm pretty confident now that everything's going to go down it needs to, and then it's going to be quite clean LaLoon really. It seemed like the queen's in a good spot. She's going to move south now and start taking things down. Mortar gone, expo about to go, then Tesla, then our air defense. It's all obvious. Once you know queen sort of pathing and maneuverability, it's all... Now you're on for a LaLoon. So hound 1 in, needs to get the hound 2 down quite quick, I'd imagine. There it is. Look, nice wide spread on the deployment here. Lovely loon placement as well. Well, shout out to Hulk for going live on Twitch. great Twitch guy, great YouTuber as well. Check out his channel. Anyway, moving through, third hound down. I mean, the LaLoon portion of this raid was just perfect as well. It was just such a nice attack. Love the fact he saved us Loon up top there to sort of distract the Wizard Tower long enough, but that Seeking Air Mine caught it. So I think the attacker, or sorry, the base builder, lovely hound pop. Gonna just throw that in there as well. I think the base builder knew that would be sort of the final building remaining, or likely to be, so put a Seeking Air Mine there, which was a good plan, worked, but the first part of the raid was just too sweet. Too much left. Moving through, how far through? 30-minute video, wow. Okay, moving through, Savoni on number 6, what we got? LaLoon again, and I'll tell you why. We've got close together air defences, so he can pretty much choose the angle he goes in here, and he's probably going to choose an angle that involves taking down an Expo, I'd have thought. Yep. So love the hogs as well. I always love it when people can see that if you drop a couple of golems and everything's going to be distracted, that you can use a single hog on 2 defences to take them down. That's just great scouting. It puts shame to my scouting. That's what I would say as well. It's just, I don't think of things like that, and if you can and you do, it's just all these little advantages and things, keeping that kill squad alive longer because the defences that were shooting them are dead. You know, all these things that give you these little advantages that are just going to make the chances of your raid being successful all that greater. Now, unfortunately, he's got unlucky here. The CC didn't go down. King got absolutely annihilated. But the Queen, look at her. Watch this positioning now. Jumps over enemy Queen, and watch the ability. It's going to cause hell. He's got to take that storage down, though. Storage down. Here we go. Both air defences are about to go down. Zooming out, here comes the LaLoon. Single hound in, loons are starting to move through. Second hound in, lovely angling on the hound placement. Unfortunately caught a tester up top there, but it's going to go down. Third hound in, distracting the Tesla, which was nice, and the arch tower en route, and it's all kicking off at the north side of this base now. Air defense, the arch tower's going to go down. Second expo's down, it's always key. I think he's ran out. His final hound's coming in. Hopefully that hound's going to pop just about in time, but the rage spell was too good. It's almost like he wanted to wait on that rage for that hound to die a little bit more. I don't think he's going to catch the hound pop. I really don't. But he's got enough loons for cleanup anyway. So again, just a beautiful LaLoon. Now, clearly you guys all know on the update that there's a second sweeper, which let's not lie now, it is going to affect LaLoon. I'm not saying it's going to kill it. It's going to make it, on good base designs, a lot more difficult. So that'll be, I say interesting, it's frustrating. And here's Aridin again. So let's have a look at his attack. I'm going to try and speed this video up. I don't want it to be like an hour-long video. That's crazy. Presumably a stone goho. Air defences 2 are close together up here, and the Queen's in a good spot, and the Expo's next to it. So makes it, as I said, guys, it all comes down to scouting. Now, you saw then, it didn't take me long to figure out that the 2 air defences were close enough together to an Expo and the Queen and a sweeper en route. It's just bad base design if that's the case, because it's an obvious attack point. Now, you can use that to your advantage, I suppose, and set your trap so that you know that that's the way it's going to be attacked, and set your CC to do as much damage as possible. But it doesn't. I mean, when you got 2 golems, a lightning, and your heroes going in, and there's not much that can go wrong. So you're pretty much almost sealing the fate of your base being LaLoon, to be honest. Watch the Queen. I mean, it's hard to deviate from getting everything that he needs to get down here. So the Queen's going to take it down a little bit early on that hound drop. I'm not going to lie there. Needs that Queen to take down that. See, now he caught that early. That was a definite mistake, because that hound's going to go off and die over there. Loons are coming in all sorts of angles now. It's an absolute mess. To start, hound popped as well. Where's the other hound even coming from? No one. Wow, this is crazy. Anyway, looks like he's been able to pull it off with a clutch rage spell down the bottom there. Clutch sort of cannon death, and then another good rage spell. So wow, that was a mess. I would say that was definitely not intentional, and that his patience got the better of him on that occasion, because all his pups are basically dead as well now, which clearly you don't want. So I think, yeah, unlucky, but lucky at the same time. Wait for that air defense to go down. If the queen's in a good position, you know it's going to happen. I knew it was going to happen from the way the raid was going. So I think he just jumped the gun and assumed it had gone down, or just took his eye off the ball for a moment. Everyone does it. This isn't a stab at Aradin at all. But yeah, nice attack nevertheless. Nice clutch, I'll say that. Excellent in at number 4. What have we got going on here? Shattered Hog? Shattered Goho, I think. Looking at the angle he's going to come in. Double giant bomb threats are obvious. Wizard Tower and air defense, Wizard Tower and Expo. So he's going to come in one side. Which side is more favourable? Maybe he wants the Expo to go down. So maybe he might come in from the... Yep. God, I'm getting good at this. The more exposure you get to doing these sorts of attacks, the more predictable and the more, anti 3-star bases, there's every base has got a weakness. You've just got to find it. And every base that you see has normally got options on how you're going to attack it as well. It's not like all that, but that's what it comes down to, being able to recognise that and do it. Like, it was as simple as this. The queen, the Expo, is a higher HP building, and he'd rather that go down, because it's a bigger threat to Hogs once everything else has gone down. So look here, Queen ability is going to be crucial here. Kill the King. Can she get the Expo? Looks like she might, yeah. And another Arch Tower down as well. So he's doing a surgical delivery look, letting the Giants down to distract, and then just sort of placing loads of Hogs in. Now he needs to get a bit lucky here. He needs a Hog to trip, which it's going to. Perfect. Nice scouting there. The way he delivered the Hogs, and he sort of delivered them all together to almost wave through the base, meant that those Hogs were going to hit the giant bomb head on, because it's obvious on that base where the giant bombs were. So he just adjusted his raid style to mean that he hit them head on, and that was great. I loved it. So yeah, very nice. That was one of my favourite attacks, I think, actually, because it was just so clean, and that probably had over a minute of time left as well. So great attack. And the final attack for the video by Iwin, who's a 9.5 versus a Town on 9. Yeah, LaLoon, pretty straightforward. Let's have a look at which angle he's going to come in from. Let me take my Matty guess. I imagine he might come in from the side angle, because the 2 air defences. I reckon he might sort of jump spell by the Arch Tower, that intersection there. That would be me, I think. I'm not going to get an Expo down in it, but let's have a look. Let's have a look. Minion down to kill the storage up there. Anything else going on? Another minion up top, another minion down bottom. So he's just taking down the storages. No, he didn't quite go the angle I thought. I think mine would have worked. Anyway, Golem's in, going to wall breaker in the first segment, presumably, or not. No wall breakers. Okay, just jumping straight in. Alright, jumping at the deep end, why don't you? Okay, so going to wait for his golems to get the CC pull. Needs to be careful on the funneling. He's dropped his king down a little bit early anyway, but the CC pull had pretty much already started, so that was good. Good patience, nice scouting. And lightning spell on the CC. There they go. Needs the queen to get into position and get those loons before they kill the king. So king ability used. Queen's in perfect spot there, watch that. And look how quick. Both air defences down, and he could have actually potentially used a double jump here instead of the third rage, but I think third rage is probably a better advantage, to be honest. But he might have got the Expo, is what I was thinking. Anyway, rage spell 1, so the loons are doing their thing. Delayed second hound, mistake there, because he let all his pups die. Didn't really want that to happen. I think that was a definite mistake. He used that rage spell to take that Expo down in the end, and the third rage spell at top, so now he's out of rage. I'm not too sure on the rage spell placement. I'm not too sure on the hound dropping. I think there was this raid could have been done cleaner on the LaLoon portion. The start of the raid was fine, it all worked nicely, and to be honest, he's just bullied the base a bit and melted it, so fair play anyway. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this slightly longer video, 40 minutes up to this point. But yeah, I mean, why have anti 3-star bases and not be able to 3-star yourselves? Clearly they know what makes a good base and how bases are going to be taken down. So it boggles me. It literally does. They know they've got these good bases. They know what they're defending against Hogs and LaLoon, and yet they decide to stick with Go Wipe and that. And it's just frustrating, I would say, because they're like 90% of the way there. Good bases, you know. Some of them are good. A lot of them were. Had weaknesses, which is with as I said, every other. We found a war, and we are versus Indo Force. So yeah, 2 level 6 clans going head to head. Oh, and the other thing I will say, how frustrating is this? Let me go back in. Look, bear in mind that they got 2. What am I doing? Sorry. Bear in mind that team play, had. Let me find the thingy. 160 war wins. So we see 160 war wins, we see anti 3-star bases. The expectation's huge. We're doing proper team council meetings, team chats, organisation, splitting down strategies of who's going to attack who. There were groups of first attackers, cleanuppers, you know, it was, we properly planned for this, and then it was just an absolute letdown when the Go Wipe started coming, and every one of our bases was 2-starred by Go Wipe, and a couple 3-starred by a bit lucky, and it's Go Wipe and Go Wee Wee, and Go Wee Wipe. Anyway, the war that could have been awesome. But anyway, at least we got all those most of those bases down. Hope you've enjoyed watching this video, a slightly longer version, and yeah, as always, comment, you know, let me know your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and yeah, let's try and spread my name around the Clash universe. And I'll catch you on the next video, guys. Peace out.